Begin in a standing position, centering yourself. Begin engaging the bandhas, Mula Bandha in the pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha in the abdomen. Then begin Ujjayi breath, moving the breath into the rib cage. Sun Salutation A, bringing the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back, lowering to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, feel free to move around a little bit, exploring the joints, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, the ankles. 5 deep breaths here. Bring the feet forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Second, Sun Salutation A, arms up. Fold down, unlocking the knees. Inhale, halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale, hands down, lowering into Chaturanga Dandasana, setting the knees down and tucking the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, back into downward facing dog, holding in downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Bring the feet forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Long through the spine, coming up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, fold again. Halfway. Vinyasa. Bring the feet forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring the feet forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Bring the feet forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Now Sun Salutation B. Bend the knees, lower the hips, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Hands down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, near the right hand. Rise, warrior one. And Vinyasa. Step the left foot forward. Warrior 1. Vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Holding in downward facing dog for 5 breaths, as usual. Bring the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips, Utkatasana, and stand. Sun Salutation A again. Utkatasana, forward fold. Halfway, Vinyasa. Up dog, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Vinyasa. Left foot steps forward. Warrior 1. Vinyasa. Holding in downward facing dog. Bring the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips, Utkatasana. Arms down. Sun Salutation B again. Fold. Halfway. Vinyasa. Step the right foot forward. Vinyasa. Step the left foot forward. Vinyasa. Holding in downward facing dog. Bring the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips, chair pose, and stand. Surya Namaskar B. Bring the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees over the hips, chair pose, and stand. One more time, Sun Salutation B. Bring the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Chair pose, and stand. Now moving on to the standing postures, step the feet apart, hands to the hips, fold at the waist. Bring the hands to the big toes. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. You're seeking a long spine as much as possible. That is to say, find space in the hips and try not to round the spine very much. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, rise, standing up. Step the feet together. And step back with the right foot, entering into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Turn the right foot to face the rear of the room. Left foot turns a bit. And move from the hips. Right hand comes to wherever, can come to the knee, to the shin, to the floor. The most important thing is keeping your spine straight throughout the process. Coming up, pivot on the heels, triangle pose over the left leg. Coming up, opening to the side, step back with the right foot, and turn and face the rear of your mat. Reach that left arm up, fold down, and twist. You are trying to keep the hips as stable as possible while twisting through the thoracic and lumbar spine. Coming up, turn around, revolved triangle pose over the left leg. Coming up, opening to the side, return to the top of your mat. Then step back with the right foot, entering into extended side angle pose. So from warrior 2 to extended side angle pose, try to lay the lower ribs across the thigh, lengthening the spine over the thigh bone. Right hand comes to wherever, left arm reaches over the ear. Coming up, turn around, extended side angle over the left leg. Coming up, opening to the side, step back with the right foot, facing the rear of the mat, and revolved extended side angle. Again, the hips are squared. You're trying to rotate through the spine and not from the hips. Coming up, turning around, lengthen the spine, fold from the hips, twist from the spine. Left arm reaches over the ear. Coming up, opening, turn and step forward to the top of the mat. Stepping back, wide-legged forward fold. Lift through the arches of the feet, softening the knees, turning them out. Hands to the hips, fold at the hip joints. Then releasing the hands to the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, try to find more space in the hips. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, rise. Wide-legged forward fold, C. Clasp the hands together behind you. And fold. Again, try to find space in the hips, trying to keep the spine as straight as possible. Inhale all the way up. Exhale in place. Inhale, bring the arms up. Return to the top of the mat. Standing hand to foot pose. So you can bring the hand to the foot. I prefer not to do that in order to emphasize the action in the central quadriceps. Holding here for 5 breaths. Bring the leg out to the side. Make sure you externally rotate, pointing the knee at the ceiling. Bring the leg back to the center and set it down. Shifting weight to the right foot, bring the left leg up. Using the hand or not. Bring the leg off to the side, externally rotate that knee, and hold. Bring the leg back in and set it down. Vinyasa. From downward facing dog, step the feet forward. Lower the hips, Utkatasana. Holding in Utkatasana. And bring the hands to the mat, Vinyasa. Step the right foot forward. Warrior 1. Hold in Warrior 1. Try to keep the hips square, that is to say, pointing straight forward. Find a strong engagement through the left butt cheek, lengthening through the spine all the way up. Turn around. Finding the posture. And now step the heels in alignment with one another. Opening to the side, externally rotating those thighs, Warrior 2. Try to find the outer thigh muscles, the lower butt muscles. Lift through the arches of both feet. And lengthening the spine. Turn around. Vinyasa. Walk the hands back and come to a seated position on your mat, entering an abbreviated seated series. First pose, Dandasana. Try to align the hips in a neutral manner. lengthening the spine from there, lowering the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck. Bring the arms up and fold from the hips over the thighs. You can begin gripping with the hands or just set the hands beside the feet. Pulling here is not very helpful. You need to find that space from the hips. So, rotate those knees out a little bit. Try to make the butt as wide as possible. And try to lengthen the lower ribs over the thighs. Moving into either reverse tabletop or Eastern stretch. Slide in the feet and lift. You can straighten the legs for Eastern stretch, which is more of a challenge. Setting the hips down. Head to knee pose A. Slide in the right foot. Try to find that neutral tilt in the pelvis. Lengthen over the thigh bone and go forward. And coming up, changing sides. Focus on the tilt in the pelvis. Move from the pelvis, lengthening the spine over the thigh bone. Moving out of the posture. Moving into Marichyasana A. So slide in the right foot, but not too close. You want to kind of shift the hips forward and adjust their tilt. Lengthen the spine and twist. You are not pushing with any significant force against the right leg with the right arm. You are instead trying to find length and rotation from the spine itself. Releasing the posture, going into the other side. Lengthen and find the twist. Now moving into Marichyasana C, keep the left leg where it is. Simply twist the other direction to the outside of the thigh. I suggest sliding the hand back, the left hand back a little bit more, finding greater space for the abdomen and the spine, thereby achieving more rotation without compression. Releasing the posture, straighten the left leg, slide in the right, and twist across it to your right. And release. Boat pose, 5 times. Lengthen the spine as much as you can. Raise the feet. Hold here with a long abdomen. Do not round in the lower back. Set the feet down. Now lift the hands but not the feet, again trying to maintain that arch in your lower back. Repeat whichever version is doable for you. They get progressively more difficult. Raising the feet, raising the hands. And now, straightening the legs, reaching the arms forward. Again, maintaining that length through your lower back. Setting the feet down. One more time. Navasana, boat pose. And release. Lay on your back, entering the finishing series. Slide in the feet, reach the knees and pelvis forward, rising into bridge pose. In bridge pose, you are seeking an opening through the hip flexors. You are not seeking the maximum height to the hips. Lowering the hips down. Coming up into shoulder stand. Lowering the feet into plow pose. Coming out of plow into a modified fish pose. Hands beside the hips, elbows down, lift the chest, lean back until the top of your head touches the ground, opening up through the front of the body. Release out of that and come to a seated position. Fire log pose. Cross the right leg in front of you. Take the left ankle over the right knee. It's important to place the shin bone over the knee rather than putting pressure on the foot. From here, lengthen the spine and lean forward over the legs. You can move side to side if you wish. I find this helps open up the hips. And release. Change sides. Left leg is on bottom, right leg is on top. Again, placing the shin bone on the knee at the ankle. Lengthening the spine, leaning forward over the legs. From Agni Stambhasana to Ekapada Rajakapotasana, pigeon pose. Place the left hand in the center in front of you. Reach back with the right hand, gripping the foot and pulling in the foot. This will be a big stretch for both the hip flexors as well as the quadriceps. Now twist to your left, moving the foot to the right. This will emphasize the outer quadriceps muscle, the vastus lateralis. Release and change sides. Right hand goes in front. Left hand reaches back for the left foot. And now twist to the right, take the left foot to the left. And release. Relax on your back in Shavasana. Please enjoy a few deep breaths. Flex the hands, flex the feet, turn the head side to side gently. Stretch the arms beside the ears, stretching the toes away. Hug the knees into the chest, and rise to a seated position. Sitting tall, sensing the body, sensing the breath. Namaste.